morning, this is Kimberly.
And I'm Zanab, and you're watching the first segment of IHPCH Voices.
Before we get into today's topics, we would like to welcome all of you to the 2020-2021 school year.
And if you're new, welcome to the IHPCH community. We hope all of you are doing well and that your families are in good health.
We would also like to take a moment to welcome all the new staff of IHPCH. Recently, we had the opportunity to interview our new assistant principal, Miss Ixantes. Here's what she had to say.
Since I was probably your age or younger, I've always wanted to work with teenagers, or just kids in general. I've never, from my first job to this job, it's always been around students and kids. And so I've always known that I wanted to do that. And the reason why, to me, is because kids are the future, right? And if we as adults can shape you to be just people and good characters, then our future is bright. And so why not work with people that are going to be our future and just help to develop them into good people? And that's ultimately why I went into the field of education. Everything is new, but then it's not new because so many students are not in a building, so many teachers are not in a building. So that's what makes it a huge adjustment, because I'm trying to adjust to a new school building and a new school, but I'm also trying to adjust to a climate that none of us know about. This is all new to all of us as far as this pandemic is concerned, and the students not being in the building is so new to everybody that's a whole nother adjustment in and of itself. But I will say that I definitely feel welcomed. I feel like people have definitely welcomed me into the school. The staff has done an amazing job to include me in whatever meetings and ask me questions. I think that I try to go in the hallway and say hi to the kids, but I feel like the students are still like, who is this woman saying hi to me? So, and I don't want to I don't want to make people feel uncomfortable, the students feel uncomfortable. It sucks. I'm being 100% honest with you. It really, really sucks to me because, like I said in my first response, my whole reasoning to go into the field of education is to work with kids. And now I feel like, yes, I can still work with you, but it's all through Zoom, right? And I'm the type of person that I like to be not in your face, in a bad way, but I need to be in your face, right? I need to be able to see you so we can interact.
Besides the phenomena of students staying home and learning virtually, it's good to know that not everything has changed.
So we are so happy to announce that this year's clubs will be available virtually. Whether you're a freshman or a senior, you will find that one of the most important and even the best parts of high school are the clubs and the extracurricular activities.
According to Fox 47, participants in effective programs were found to be more likely aspire to graduate from high school and pursue further educations than non-participants.
They also reported that students who participated in clubs were more optimistic, had higher self-esteem, and expressed greater self-confidence.
Clubs are good for making new friends, networking, finding your interests, as well as developing social skills. Whether it's anime or sports, you can always find opportunities.
Clubs also look good on your college resume. It can serve as a reflection of your interests and what is most important to you.
They also demonstrate your abilities, character, motivation, and leadership skills. If you join an extracurricular activity, you are also demonstrating how hard you work and your abilities to handle multiple responsibilities.
So this week, we conducted several interviews with club leaders and asked them to speak on what club they are part of and how that club has helped them. Here's what they said.
It's nice to have a chance to connect with other people in different ways, with similar interests. I was thinking about the art club, anybody who's into art, they can come together even though we can't be together on this remote Zoom space and still connect. And I think that's really important, especially now.
Excuse me, they get an opportunity to experience different things, experience different people. It allows people who are more reserved and a little more sheltered to kind of come out of their shells, and it helps to build confidence because now you know that you're able to complete certain tasks and accomplish things and see new things and and develop new relationships. So I think it covers a lot of bases for a lot of students.
You're learning about people as you're involved in these social situations. So you're learning who you can trust, you're learning who has your back, and you're learning like what things you can do to have people trust you and rely on you. And I think that that's just, there's more to it than that, but overall, like just to be involved with other people and to have this type of community and support system and learn from other people and their different ways of doing things, their different ways of thinking, maybe like cultural differences, like it adds value to us and it helps us to empathize with people, and it gives us a chance to just be better citizens overall because of that empathy.
I think it prepares them to be good citizens because you have to learn how to work with people and communicate with people. You kind of have to step outside of yourself and learn how to figure out what another person may need, or something that they may need to help them get through a certain situation.
So I have multiple clubs. I co-teach yearbook with Miss Murphy, and for that, that one should be a little bit more self-explanatory because our yearbook club creates the yearbook for the students, by the students. So it helps everyone out for their senior year. We are always looking for some new members as well who are younger than seniors, so you can get used to the programs as well. I also teach art club, which is a place for students to come in wanting to learn different things. Now that we're remote and digital, it's going to be a little bit different, but hopefully able to build skills and passion in the arts in different ways, whether it be a project for the holidays or for Mother's Day or Father's Day or for a sibling. I've even had people create insanely elaborate presents for a significant other, boyfriend or girlfriend, but just like small ways to enrich your life. Do something that helps kill some time, build some passion, or do something kind for others or yourself. And then photography club for our this one helps both the students and our school community. We run photography and videography for the school. We're going to be running the photography and selecting photos for the new school website, for our social media accounts that we.
I think my club, which is the dance and step team, aside from the physical aspect of what it offers, I think it offers, for right now, a sisterhood, since we do not have any boys on our team. But it offers them a sisterhood. It offers them a safe space where they can laugh and just be themselves. And again, experience something that they may not have, anywhere else.
All of the National Honor Society activities are community service, and we do good things for the community. So the National Honor Society is nationally recognized. So when you put that on your college applications, the colleges know what it is. And it's just a fun place. We like to, we do things together. We have our own little community. We did community meeting for all of October this month, and it was a fun experience to go through that and to work together. And I think it just, I'm very proud to be the advisor of National Honor Society. I really honor the members because they worked hard to get to, you can't just become a member, you have to apply, and there are certain strict standards that are applied to the application. So it means a lot. It means a lot to me, the people that are in the group.
Well, there you have it. If you want more information about their clubs or any of the other clubs, please stay tuned for the rest of community meeting.
As you all know, COVID-19 is still prevalent, and so is social distancing. People are having a difficult time adjusting to our new reality.
With all the uncertainty of next year and the stress of this year, life has been quite stressful to deal with. Self-care is more important now than it's ever been.
So we decided to make a mini series and talk about self-care. Every week, we will give tips and activities on how you can take care of yourself. We interviewed Miss McLeod on self-care, on what self-care is, and here's what she said.
So my way of describing self-care would be to say it's the intentional act, right? It's being purposeful with making sure that your physical needs, your emotional needs, your mental needs, even your spiritual needs, right, are being met. It's making sure that you're being your whole self. You are taking care of every part of you that makes up your body and you as a human being. And making sure that you're paying attention to those moments that you're stressed or you're burned out or your body and your mind is telling you to slow down. So I think all of that makes up um, my idea of self-care, when you're aware of those things and when you can take care of and pay attention to your body, your mind. So as a community, I still encourage you to be creative with socializing. That's an important self-care, right? Um, I think in this pandemic, we find ourselves isolating a lot, spending more time with ourselves and our families that are immediately in or vicinity in our homes, and that gets lonely sometimes, right? So I feel like as a school community, still taking advantage of all these of your extra activities, your clubs that are happening online virtually, as you are doing now, right? And socializing with each other, having fun. I think as a school community, it's very important for you to keep that connection going. Journaling, reading, right? That's my all-time favorite. I run a book blog. I do a whole social media account just for blogging on the books that I read. And that for me is self-care. So when I have a particularly stressful day, I can get lost in a really good novel, a really good book, and writing about it helps me. So that's also something that you can do as a school community. Journalism club, right, has been like very good in with keeping students connected, right, and doing a meaningful and productive activity. Yeah, so I feel like anything you can do to remain connected and whatever you can do for yourself, to help you not feel isolated and bring you back to a sense of peace and calm and just focus.
Stay tuned for future episodes on our self-care series. In the light of the new school year, we figured that we would discuss the pros and cons for virtual learning.
One of the best things about virtual learning is that students and teachers have learned more about how to use different applications and efficiently use their laptops.
When school started, a lot of us struggled with using Zoom, Google Sheets, and other Google apps. But as time has progressed, we've gotten better and better with our laptops, even coming up with new creative ways of doing projects.
Another good pro is that virtual learning doesn't require commuting. For the first time, students don't have to worry about getting up, getting dressed, and catching the bus on time to get to school. Most of us just wake up, get some breakfast, and start our day. However, we recognize that this isn't true for teachers.
The last pro is that students are able to work at their own pace. Although the schedule is very different this year, some students find it convenient to do their work whenever they are ready because the work is always available online. However, this isn't true for people who desire structure, like me.
One of the biggest cons are technical difficulties, which I've had a lot of this year so far. There have been countless times where learning was hindered because of bad connection and outdated websites. Even Zoom stopped working at some points.
Another con of virtual learning is that it definitely lacks your traditional settings. Some students have found it difficult because of the lack of structure and flow that traditional classrooms give. You see, if you're like me, you like to go to class and actually sit at a desk in front of a teacher and physically do work on paper. Students are faced with the challenge of adjusting to a virtual education.
And last but not least, it's harder to connect with our teachers virtually. Humans are social creatures who need face to face interactions. It's very strange and difficult to connect with someone over a Zoom call when we aren't face to face in a classroom.
But what are your thoughts about online and blended learning? Let us know at IHPCH Voices at IHPCH.org. Well, that concludes our story for today. Thank you for tuning in. Special shout out to the people that we interviewed.
And if you need to contact us for anything, please reach out to us through our email at ihpchvoices@ihpch.org.
Until next time, stay safe, stay well, and wash your hands. From IHPCH Voices.